How's it going, everyone?
Welcome.
I'm gonna wait for Jason to get back before I show anything super cool.
We have entirely too much energy.
Yeah, it's a Monday and we have too much energy. Shelby and I both.
Yes.
I was given too much energy by the sandwich that I ate for lunch today.
Woo.
And I don't know where Shelby got her energy from.
Pizza.
Maybe from the pizza.
I got it from pizza.
You know what? It's the extra 2 slices that you ate.
It's the extra 2 slices.
That's where all your energy's coming from today.
It is.
It's just too much. Well, some people might think it's too much. I think it's just about right.
Some might even say it's not enough.
We're also imbued with the power and energy of new paint.
New paint!
Which y'all might get a chance to see in a couple of seconds when Jason gets here.
Yeah.
Because I would be remiss in my duties if I showed them off without him being here.
He'd be very upset, I think.
He would be very upset. You gotta see a little clip of it, but whoop.
Oh.
I'm gonna zoom in so you can't see the rest of it. Hope you all had a good weekend. Pardon me being a little weird today, it's fine. We're just having fun.
Always.
Nothing but fun. And I'm getting my singing in before Jason gets here because he's definitely not going to let any of that stand.
You know what? Don't let him boss you around like that.
You know, I just respect him too much.
He can't fire you for singing.
Well, I never said he was going to fire me. He's tried to do it a couple of times.
Keyword is try.
Yes, and failed. He worked all weekend, so it was amazing. Do these come with a new run of Wizard Butt? Ooh. No, they do not. However,
That's a great idea.
I think we should do a new run of Wizard's Butt here soon.
I think we should.
It sounds pretty amazing.
Sounds fun.
Been a while since we've done a run of Wizard's Butt. I might have to call in the cavalry to try and get us a new run of Wizard's Butt.
Oh.
Calling in the cavalry,
Maybe
folks.
a completely different color. That'd be amazing. Would have to be.
Hello,
Everybody. So excited that so many people are here. It's a good day.
Everyone's super excited about it.
Yeah. Jason's back. New paints.
Got a nice, healthy group of people on YouTube, too.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, YouTube folks.
Yes.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for joining.
It's always wonderful to have you here.
Wasn't that signature video just absolutely amazing?
Oh my gosh, it's so cool.
That's what we were talking about. I think it was last week we talked about how every time we watched it, it gave us chills.
Yeah, we were.
And now you guys got to experience that. It still gives me chills.
I'm hiding these while off screen while I get to priming some stuff. So
Scientific Boink, thank you for the follow.
Isn't it though?
It truly is.
It's a hell of a day.
I'm surprised you managed to get all of those in one go.
I can carry 18 paints at once.
I waited for you. I haven't shown anything off.
Oh my gosh.
They're real, folks. They're super duper real.
It's like Christmas.
But in...
Are the
March.
Adepticon labels exclusive? What do you mean? The Adepticon set has these labels. Those are not exclusive. All of the paints will migrate towards this new label style.
Sony Yodelers,
Simple
thank you for
and effective.
the sub.
Simple, yet effective.
So speaking of Adepticon, I kept these pretty well segregated when I brought them over here too, which is pretty amazing.
Good there. You go turn it.
Pretty amazing. Look at that. Satin black. We've been waiting a long time for this. A long time for this.
I know I have.
That's just a good looking bottle.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody was like, yep. This is the Adepticon spray team. So the reason we're doing the custom Adepticon deal is they have an Adepticon Memorial team or fund, and the proceeds from all the Adepticon signature series will go to support that Adepticon Memorial Fund. And that fund helps to get particular artists to the show and to fund other things that are community-oriented in the hobby community. So it's a great deal. So boom. So we got satin black. Red oxide, which is the Adepticon color of red. I think that's going to be...
This is going to be probably my new favorite.
I think that's Jordan's favorite red.
Yeah.
Right out of the gates.
Yeah.
And not to preempt, but how about orange red?
Ooh.
I mean, Louise's orange red. I think we're killing it on the reds this time around. For all of you that wanted some more reds, we got you. Yeah. Somebody had mentioned like wanting a drab color, so there's drab brown.
Oh, so good.
Orange oxide. Oh my God. Orange oxide is freaking great. For those of you that never really thought you had a real rust color, bingo. Because now you got a real rust color. Somewhere around here is burnt orange too. So you can see where it falls in along burnt orange, burnt sienna, and then orange oxide. It's just a great addition to the orange family. It's very good.
So good.
It's almost like we know what we're doing around here.
Only a little bit.
Magnesium, a fantastic new metallic color. I really like this color. It's like a weird tarnished silver. It's great. And then, of course, Bright Shadow Flesh, the name that makes me chuckle. And Bright Shadow Flesh is exactly that. It's the brighter version of Shadow Flesh. So you don't have to rely on just tan flesh anymore.
You have Shadow Flesh over there?
I have Shadow Flesh in my hand. I have Vance Flesh in my hand. Oh no, you know what? They're all out. They're all out there. I think. Yeah, Shadow Flesh. There you go. And where's Tan Flesh? You have Tan Flesh.
Is right here.
Tan Flesh. You can see how it falls in there. It's very nice.
I think I'm going to use this drab today.
Very nice. There you go.
This
exciting.
This is like maybe the color that I have needed the whole time for the army that I'm.
It's so good.
Stony Yodelers.
It's like the exact color that I was mixing before.
It's so good.
Releasing at Adepticon, but you will be able to purchase them at a later time when we release them fully. So we're bringing them to Adepticon, but then they'll probably be released in April at some point.
Papa Chicken.
Jason,
Louise.
Yeah.
Is part of the signature family now. With orange red, ultramarine, bright green. Bright green may just be my favorite green right now.
That's a good one.
It's insane, right? You got bright yellow green, bright green, and then wherever green is, I don't know where my green, bam. So green, bright green, you can kind of see where it sits. I think it makes the green, bright pale green, just a really good transition. But nice.
Hello, Avian.
So bright green. Bismuth yellow. A great single pigment yellow that is cooler.
Datatron, thank you for the sub.
Then golden. It's hard to tell there, but there you go.
I can definitely tell it there. It's a little cooler. It's really nice.
Bismuth is really, really good. Dark turquoise.
Oh.
That's a great color too.
That one's so good.
I think my favorite thing about dark turquoise is it's like this nice sweet spot on the value spectrum for all of the blues that we have and the teals and the turquoises.
Yeah.
It just hits that perfect spot.
And then dark hot pink. Louise's set just blows me away. It's so good.
It's also very much
it's so
colors.
her. Yeah. It's so her.
Yeah.
Right? And it's just they're amazing colors.
These are the colors. Amazing colors. These are the colors that you had me describe a while back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Shelby sat and had to describe what these colors were when I handed her just the dry samples of them, right? And then last but not least, the man, the myth, the legend, Mashik from Flame On, his non-metallic gold set. So we've got dark green brown, dark orange brown, orange brown, caramel brown, bright yellow ochre, and bright pale yellow. And that, my friends, will do all the golds you could ever imagine. Ta-ta! Ta-ta! That's like Jen's signature series. Yeah, like if Jen were to pick a signature series, it would literally be those.
I really like this orange brown a lot.
Orange brown and dark orange brown are fantastic.
This is like a really, really interesting color.
Yeah.
There's so many great applications for that.
I really like the caramel.
The caramel is really good too.
Because it's,
It's pretty bright.
It is a good mid-scale value color. It sits well for tans, but it's a warmer color than light umber. So it kind of is going to sit really well in the whole brown family for leathers. All of these are going to be great for leather, but the set is really his way. If you saw him do his Dante, this is the color workup that he used doing that Dante. So Awkward says Skippin says Louisa's set will be the first set where you want them all. She killed it, right? Yeah, Louisa's set is fantastic. It may be the single best looking set front to back that we've done so far.
It's such a cool looking
It
set.
is such a great set, right? It has like this very primary color feel without being just real base colors. They're all very important and very useful colors. I think out of her set, the bright, well, I don't know. I like them all.
Jason Walkie, thank you for the sub.
Dark Hot Pink is going to be a tremendous way to go from magenta, dark magenta. Putting this in there is fantastic because it is almost a direct shoe-in that family, right? It's not quite as bubblegum as the magentas. It just has a ton of heat to it.
It really does keep that punch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's an amazing color.
Man, and bright yellow ochre. Man, talk about...
Pump ultramarine straight into your veins. Ultramarine is one of those colors that people have been like, how come you haven't had it, right? Because we've had faded ultramarine, but look at the ultramarine next to it. That's going to be just a great combo for you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so good. I can't wait to put these on some models.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's paint. Come on, guys.
Come on, guys.
Let's paint. I have too many paints. I think this is going to be the struggle we all have.
I don't think that's possible.
I think we have too many paints. I have too many paints.
I cannot wait to buy these 3 sets.
I want to build something that has all of our colors right here, right over the top of the monitors.
Oh. That'd be cool.
So I can just be picking colors because they're always out here anyway. Or I drill holes in the desk and we just have them sink into the desk.
There's got to be a good way.
We have to be able to build some sort of dashboard for us here. This is just not holding enough.
Yeah. Well, definitely. I mean, I can have another... For me, it might be okay for now. Because I can put one more foam thing here. But I think for you, in the way that you do all of your paint stuff, I think maybe having the monitors more to your right, maybe on the wall coming out, and then you have all this space in front of you and to the left. That could work.
Yeah, we might be able to do monitor.
Yeah.
Same for you. And then have paints in front of us.
Yeah.
And a
Spilled
dashboard.
Paint
That'd be
Pot,
kind of cool.
we did just show the new colors, but since we are streaming
You'll
on
see them all
YouTube
stream.
as well, you can go back and scroll through and see them if you want to see all of them, but they're also going to use them right now.
And Wadtomaton, yes, the Adepticon Memorial Fund is a newer thing, and we're starting it with them. So this is just a great way to help generate some funds for that. So all of the signature artists get their skin is in the game. They help design these colors, and they profit off of every bottle sold. Adepticon will take that into their memorial fund for their colors. So it'll be great. When do they go on sale? I saw that question go by. They will be in limited release at Adepticon. That means that anybody that attends the show will have a chance to get them, but they will go fast. We know they will. We're not bringing thousands of them. We're basing it off of sales of previous signature set releases. But this is the first time that they're a show exclusive. And then once we get back from Adepticon, we will go on pre-order for all the retail stores and distributors across the world. And once retailers and distributors get their shipments taken care of, then we will go to full release to everyone, which we expect to be end of April, beginning of May. Like that first week of May, last week of April type thing. And then they'll be available on the store, and they're not going away. They're not limited release in general. They're full-time colors. They're just limited at the beginning as we release at Adepticon.
I'm so excited. I'm like unreasonably excited for these colors.
Yeah, Jason, you got plenty of time. Division ring. We're not bringing 1,000. We're bringing off prior sales volumes at Adepticon, at the show in particular. You know, we're generally in the mid hundreds with sets and singles, so we'll be right there for you. Satin black is beautiful. Yeah. You're helping paint a buddy's model so he can play at Adepticon. I sure could use like 2 of those paints right now. I know, right? We have so many people that are like, wait a minute, that's what I need right now.
I literally had that realization because for those of you who were here last week when I painted that
Hey, Nerd Gun.
airplane, this drab brown is like kind of perfect. Same thing with our dark green brown is like, And the funny thing is, I was like, I want to do a little bit of a color variation between the different types of ships so that they could be like, they could feel a little different. I'm like, oh yeah, this is perfect. I'll just do these. Or do something else in this general vicinity. Oh god, this orange oxide too. Or in the red oxide. Oh. Jason, you've outdone yourself.
Don't blame me.
Then
Blame
who
those
I
damn artists.
Yeah, well, them too.
Go see what's happening.
Can you show red oxide with bold pyral red for comparison?
Yeah. Old pyro red in the middle of red oxide and orange red. And burnt red.
Yeah, those are nice.
The red family just pretty much got completed when you put mahogany in this and stuff like that. So.
Mm-hmm. What are you gonna paint?
Yeah, what are you gonna paint?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh God, I don't know. Do I have to paint?
I mean, you can hang out in the cubby chairs if you want. But
First thing I gotta do is find my glasses.
What happened to your glasses?
Seems
Are
important.
they in your bag?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
they're in my office.
Okay.
Nutrimentia. Anything new today? No.
Just
Nope.
Same old, same old.
Yeah.
Nope.
Just a regular Monday.
Nope. Nothing new. Nothing at all. Do you have links to the new lines? No, Dart. They're not up. They won't be up on the store till late April. So.
Clarkatron wants to know how you prime the plane on the bottom where it's being held.
On the underneath here,
Mm-hmm.
I'll just take it off once it's dry and hit it with the primer really quick.
There you go.
That's the plan.
The more you know.
The more you know. How was Gamma?
It was great. It's a totally different show, right?
Yeah. Well, and it was your first time ever being there as well, right?
Yeah, it was not one that we normally attend, but is a great show. So, had lots of fun meeting the dealers, old and new, is really what that one's about. Go grab my glasses.
Gotta be able to see.
It is kind of a unique thing.
Adrian, the MDF racks, I believe, are not being put back into stock. We're
No.
not getting more of those, so whatever we have in stock is all we have. You may be able to find some similar on Etsy or something. I know that people have mentioned that before.
Yeah, there are a lot of Etsy sellers that do MDF racks. Unfortunately, it ended up being something that, we didn't really have. We didn't really want to focus on. We wanted to keep on making paint and making bags and tools and things like that.
Yeah.
It made more sense for us to move away from that as a product and focus our efforts on things that, we do as our kind of primary thing. There's a lot of other fantastic manufacturers out there who are doing great jobs making MDF pieces of storage. And, plenty of great options out there. These planes are so cool. Why are these planes... What is it about small planes that are so cool?
What is that?
This?
Yeah.
It's a lightning strike.
Oh no, that's the Marauder bomber.
No, the Marauder bomber doesn't have the big wings on the back. This one's there's another variation of it that's like a...
Well, the Lightning's a strike fighter.
Oh, then this is the Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt.
Yeah, this is the Lightning Strike Fighter.
Yeah.
And then these are the Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt and Marauder, I think, are the big ones, right?
Yep. Yeah, I painted a Marauder up last week in the same sort of scheme that I did for all those tanks a little while ago, which is super fun. We got we finished Reach.
Okay,
Model's
saw that.
Completely done.
Nice.
We got out of non-metallic mail. Non-metallic... non-metallic...
Has it been this good the whole time I've been gone? Has it been this good, Chet?
The first time I've really gotten tongue-tied in a while.
Okay, Jason, what is this?
Was what?
This model.
It's a thing. It's a big thing.
Uh-huh. Tell me more.
No.
It's a big scary monster.
I'm not telling you more.
Fine.
Does Shelby deserve to know more?
Oh, never.
So rude. I
The
come
Shelby
in here
we're talking about.
and I help them, and this is how they treat me.
Who do you help? You help me?
Mm-hmm.
When did this happen? When did this happen? I gotta tell you, I am happy to be back.
Yeah. It's nice to have you back, to be honest. It's, we enjoy having you here.
For as good as the show was, I was definitely happy to be back. I did not really enjoy the drive very much, gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, how long was that drive?
It was long. Too long. Not my favorite thing. I don't know what this guy's name is. Phil would know, but Phil's probably not paying attention.
That old cat? Of course he's paying attention.
What's this
I
guy's
don't know
name?
about that. He's doing work.
Oh, gosh.
Spoopy Ghouly guy.
Let it...
I like that.
It'll come to me in... Ursharon.
Spoopy Ghouly guy.
Usharon, apparently, is what the disembodied voice from over yonder has said.
Game delay. At the show, I had my painting set up going, which there wasn't really time to do anything, but a couple of dealers sat down to try out the paint. And this one was a dealer whose son works with him. His son sat down to use the paints for the first time. And his son picked up my brush and got the paints he wanted out, grabbed our little Prime Space Marine to put some paint on. And I said, just a note, that's a left-handed brush. I deadpanned it. And that kid looked up at me like this. He did. Straight faced me and then just shook the head. And then grinned. It was great. Like I couldn't have asked for a better response because that kid was just like.
Of course.
Dad was laughing his butt off. Kid couldn't be phased. Couldn't be phased.
Oh my goodness, that's so funny.
Great.
Couldn't be phased.
I love it.
Amazing.
Wad tomato in.
Wad tomato in.
Be like, who? With your tomato hat. You need to have one of those beer things that has 2 cans of tomato juice in it.
Oh my goodness, this needs to happen.
Jason Waukee is also a left-handed Jason.
No.
Are all Jasons in the world left-handed?
No.
What?
Did we just find this out?
What?
My father is right-handed.
Maybe he's just telling you that.
That child has no joy in his heart.
He's just saying that to you to make you feel better.
You're right.
Yeah. It couldn't possibly be the truth.
For as much as I use dark purple, there's no dark purple on this ridiculously uncleaned palette. So, by the way, when I left town, one of the tests that I left for the group was whether or not I was going to return to a clean palette or not. They failed.
Well,
They failed. No excuse. Failed.
to be fair, there
Failed.
was
No fair. Failed.
Nothing ever sent, you know?
I'm okay with failing at that.
Yeah.
Failed.
I haven't found any models made for left-handers yet. This model, in fact, is actually made for left-handed people.
Here you go.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one?
The one you're paying right now.
Is it?
Yeah. Notice how all of the model is on the left-hand side and not the right-hand side?
What?
Exactly.
What?
Mm-hmm. Left-handed model.
What the?
I don't know what you're talking about.
He doesn't either.
That's probably pretty accurate.
He's trying hard, but he doesn't either.
Did Jen tell you about the fantastic paintbrush recovery that she made while you were gone?
Paintbrush recovery?
Yeah, she got really excited about a little personal project of hers.
Oh no.
So, I was painting with a really crummy old brush.
Uh-huh.
That's like a really old synthetic 6 that's just been beat to heck forever.
Oh, okay, sure.
And Jen was like, "Let me see that thing. I'm gonna clean this thing."
Oh, she got her brush goop out and brought it back to life?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, she's the queen of that.
Look at this thing.
Rough.
This is cleaned. It used to look like this.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
What the heck is that?
This is an old beat up brush.
What were you doing to it?
It was like that when I got here.
Oh. Well, then what did I do to it?
It's a mixing brush. You mix
Yeah, I was
stuff
going
with
to
it.
say, was it used for terrain? That looks like one of my terrain specialties.
Yeah, probably.
Grizz Christofferson said that he wants your Dune Part 2 thoughts. Jason?
We haven't really gotten a chance to talk about your Dune experience.
So, yeah, we went and saw Dune the Friday night before I left out for Gamma.
Yeah.
They took the crew and had a great time, and the movie was spectacular. Where is Thufir Hawat?
That's a great question.
Like, I was bummed that where is Thufir? Because I thought he was the best Thufir ever, and they just decided to cut an integral character and his storyline out of the movie? A little odd.
Because he is in the latter half of the books after the assault on the...
Yeah. He has a whole thing with a Harkonnen, and...
Yeah.
But it goes off on its own tangent, but yeah, it's a whole thing. So I was a little disturbed that they didn't put that in there, but it's kind of I saw somebody mention it in terms of it's kind of a Tom Bombadil, but they had him in the first movie, and we know he survives, so why is he not in the second one? They just kind of, black holed him, and I didn't appreciate that. I thought that was kind of bad treatment.
Do we know that he survives?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Is there a scene where we see him escaping?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, we don't see any of that part of the movie, right? Because it ends with all of them going in to fight, you know? And so we don't get a feel for it like you did in the
book.
Well, or the old movie.
Oh, yeah. I did start reading the book, though.
Oh, yeah? Good.
Yeah. I'm excited to get through it. I've seen the movie twice now.
Oh, you did go see it again?
Yeah, I went to go see it with Philip last Saturday.
Okay, cool.
We went to go see it at Seneca.
Oh, the day right after you saw it with us?
No. The week after.
Oh, so just a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And it was as good as I remembered it being. I would go see it again.
Is this Dune actually audible? What do you mean?
I'm not sure I understand
Lynch's Dune, I didn't really... I mean, it was great as a movie. If as a Dune lover, it had some nonsense in it. You know, weirding modules and nonsense like that. Was not necessary, and I thought really poor way of making something into an action flick kind of mentality. So there were some struggles that I had with the old movie, but it was also a fun watch, so I'm not going to bitch about it too much.
I'm going to do a little bit of messing around with some stuff here. I'm going to try out this new bright green over regular green.
Oh.
See what we get.
Exciting.
I think I'm going to try black green first. It's around here somewhere.
I'm just now realizing that he doesn't have a crown.
Okay.
It's just things that grow out of his head.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's bizarre.
Eggy Grip, yes, someone did order the Bold Sense of Humor.
Yep.
Yep.
If you take a look on the Discord, there's a little bit of a
Little sneak peek
at what is to come with relation to the Bold Sense of Humor.
Sculpt that should be done today or tomorrow. And then we'll have some fun with that.
Jason has said that I am required to paint it.
He is painting it.
So whenever that becomes...
I may also paint one. We may tag team do a pair of them.
Dueling.
Even though only one of them has been purchased, but I would like to have one holding my brushes. It's an awesome brush holder, actually. I only really ever use 2 brushes, and so it's perfect for me.
Grizz Christofferson said, do you think they'll wind up using some of the Brian Herbert stuff for the next one? Like his fill-in stuff between Frank's books?
I doubt it, but maybe.
Depends on how much of a fan Denis is of...
Because we've got Paul, his book that picks up all the time in between Heretics, or I don't remember what the series is.
Because Messiah is next, right?
Yeah, Messiah, and then the final one,
God Emperor?
God Emperor, yeah.
Oh no, it's Messiah, Children, God Emperor, right?
Messiah. Is that right?
I think so.
I never remember. I get God Emperor and Messiah mixed up all the time.
God Emperor is worm guy, and Children are about Paul's kids.
Nothing was published after Dune. Well, that's just an incorrect statement. There are great books out there.
There's a whole lot of other
Brian
stuff.
Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson series are to die for. The Machine Crusade stuff is incredible. That gives you all of the backstory on why the world is the way that it is. Those books, I think, are great. Right? The Battle for Corrin. All of the House books are really good.
Team Bricks, thank you for the follow.
With House Carino, the school books are start off great and then stumble quite a bit. I thought that Sisterhood and Mintats was pretty good. I think that unfortunately,
Somebody likes us.
Navigators falls a little short. It got lazy at the end, and so kind of not the
Eggy
best.
Grip,
But...
thank you for the follow.
Huh?
Just thanking Eggy Grip for following.
Thank you for the follow. Welcome.
And Nutrimentia, I think the teaser for the brush holder was posted on
Should be
the
in general
main
too.
chat.
Yeah, the Butlerian Jihad is great. The Machine Crusade, the Jihad, and the Battle for Corrin is the trilogy there. And it's all great. You get a lot of insight into Erasmus and the Cymex, Agamemnon. Those are great. And then those lead into the school books that have great concepting, fall a little flat. But not bad books. And as a Dune enthusiast, you'll like what they do to fill in all of the stuff that puts the houses into light for how they are in Dune.
Do they ever expand significantly on the rest of the houses in the Lanzarat?
I mean, they show
Lanzarat
up.
or whatever?
Some of the inferior ones are, they're called the Great Houses, but none of them are really great other than Carino, Harkonnen, and Atreides.
Okay, so those are kind of the three
They
pillars.
are the big ones, and everybody else is kind of subservient to them.
Got it. Okay.
Um,
It gives a lot of context for the war to come.
yeah, they're in like House Carino. There's a lot in the school books. I call them the school books. There's a lot about the Landsraad because it is a time where the Emperor is very weak.
Interesting. Okay.
And, this is before the Sardaukar and all that stuff. And so it's interesting there because they have more pull and he's more afraid of them. And it talks about how the Senate votes, or the whatever they call it, their parliament, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes into a bunch of detail into how all of that is set up governmentally. So if you're interested in that, there's a lot of detail there.
I mean, I'm interested in all of it.
There aren't a lot of important characters in any of that.
Got it. Okay.
But outside of the Emperor and his brother and Salvador, but you learn a lot about the Carino family and.
Gordon, is this the new green?
This is bright green that I'm about to put on right now.
Oh, you're about to put it on?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So this is black green and then green. And I'm about to put bright green on it.
Wow.
This is bright green that you're spraying now?
Yeah.
Pretty bright.
Yep.
Sure is.
I love it because it is right on hue, though.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
I had to fight to get it the way I wanted it and not desaturate it. So played with pigment for that was one of the ones that took me the longest to get the pigment right on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, because I couldn't brighten it up with yellow or I'd get the yellow greens
Right.
too quick and it wouldn't be in the family I wanted it. And I can't brighten it up with whites, obviously, because then it becomes too faded. it becomes the pale green.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd bounce back and forth, and Louise was like, I really want it to be bright and vibrant and be green, not desaturated. So I just had to fight with it for a long time to get it where I needed it.
I think it's perfect.
Teeny tiny victories.
Yeah, I think it came out
These
really
paints
well.
will become a part of the permanent range.
Yeah, all of these paints that you're seeing are permanent colors.
Yep.
Even the way our signature series works, let's say one of the signature artists decided they didn't want to have their name on paint bottles anymore, or they did something that made us not want to have their name on paint bottles anymore, you know, those colors are ours. Like, I made them off of their concepts, and so they would stay in the line for as long as Monument wants them in the line.
Which,
So no fear there.
it's going to be a while, because these paints are really awesome. These are killer colors.
Ghost Hunter said, did Louise just say you can remake the old Goblin Green?
That's basically what she said. She's like, if you can just remake Goblin Green, I'll be happy. And I was like, well, I'd like to do something that's a little more than that. She wanted it a little bit more yellow, but that was before she really had all of our yellow greens. And once she saw like bright yellow green, and there's not a lot of space to throw another one in there. So this one's not as yellow as that, but it's a great green.
It's amazing. Yeah. I mean, look at this. This is awesome.
Yeah, right? I mean, that's just black, green, bright green.
Yeah.
Yeah, done.
And it's super simple.
Done.
Yeah. You don't need anything else other than that. You could put a little bit of something else in here to really brighten it if you really wanted to. But I mean, I think that looks great.
Camel Triber, how much do you have to dilute your paints to airbrush them? You can airbrush them with no dilution.
Yeah.
I don't know how much are you diluting them right now?
None.
None. So he's painting right now with none. For base coats and color buildup like he's doing, we typically don't thin much at all. And then you start thinning when you start layering and doing filtering effects and like it tight end details, right? Because by not thinning, you know, you're not going to get as much detailing out of a color in general. Just dilute with water. And when I do start to dilute, I usually dilute about 50-50. But you can spray without any dilution at all, as he is proving right now.
Yep, my whole Marine army is going to need touch-ups now. I'm using a size 0.3 is what I'm using right now.
Yeah, standard 0.3.
Yep.
Bakamaru, I'm like you. I don't want my Dark Angels super dark. I like them to be more like salamanders. I don't care about salamanders, so my version of Green Marines is kind of salamanders green.
Well, that's what I'm
and
painting
call it
right
Dark
now.
Angels.
I'm trying out a cool salamanders color because we have the green. So I was like, I'm gonna give it a shot, see what it looks like. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna mix up some noosh here in a second, and we're gonna noosh on top of it to see what we can make it all look like.
Actually, I'm just gonna play with some colors. Philip's gonna get mad at me, but I'm just gonna
I think Philip is gonna be happy. Period.
I'm just gonna play with some color here and see what we get.
Are you painting it for him, or did he print this for you to paint?
No, this is a GW model
Oh, I
for
see.
Age of Sigmar. For his whatever they're called, Flesh Eater Corpse.
Gotcha.
It's the king of the Flesh Eater Corpse.
I see. So you're printing it, or you're painting it for him.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with some red oxide, one of the Adepticon colors.
Q said the orange oxide should just come pre-nooshed.
Whoa. Okay.
Should just come what?
Pre-nooshed.
Oh, it is just rust. It's such a good color.
It's perfect.
This is a really, really interesting green color. I threw in a little bit of the bismuth
Oh.
into the bright green.
Is that not like
Is it not like bright
Like
green?
bright
Or
yellow
bright
green?
yellow green? So bright yellow green is more yellow.
Oh. Yeah.
That's what I checked. I just grabbed the ball because I was like,
Yeah, you're like,
Huh.
wait a second.
so that's kind of cool.
Fun.
Yep.
Already experimenting. King Mafia 54, thank you for the follow.
Yeah, it keeps it very much in the still very green.
Bakamaru asked if there's any texture in the orange oxide at all.
Nope.
No.
No texture. Just paint.
Nope, they're just standard paints, not effects or anything like that. These entire sets are all back to our main matte finish except for satin black. So there's no tricky colors. All fairly good with opacity.
Hey, Jason.
What's that?
I think I know what Jason's painting.
I need you right now to go back and hump Brennan's leg. He's right there. I need you to hump his leg real quick. What do you think before I look at it?
There's only one spot that I need to... Well, there's 2 spots I need to fix, but otherwise it came out good.
What spots? Anything that's super noticeable? I don't notice anything super noticeable.
The scope, there was one section that didn't turn out.
Oh, it didn't print out here. I got you on the backside. Yep. Oh, but from the front that looks good.
Some fun new things.
Yeah, it came out smoother than I expected, so it's great.
I feel like it's a little smaller, but that's okay. That's fine.
Yeah, I might need to scale it a little bit because when I opened the file originally, it was like 75% larger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was,
so maybe
too
bump
large,
it a percent or two?
Yeah, I can do that.
Just check the diameter against one of the other ones.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy, this looks good, though. So, have we shown you guys enough today or no? I think we might have shown you enough today.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Wow. He's doing that, isn't he?
I think we might have shown
guess
enough
he
today. What do you
I,
think?
I think we can save the rest for tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's not good. Maybe when we get back from the Adepticon.
Oh, you know, that's a great idea.
I think when we get back.
It'd be a great way to celebrate.
Okay,
us
never
coming
mind.
Back. Yeah.
Never mind, sorry.
Never mind.
Sorry.
Jason's deciding to be mean.
Close down the stream, it's over.
You guys got to see approximately 2 seconds of it in this profile while I was holding it up. More!
Go to heck.
The people are rioting. Have a good night, said Gandalay.
The people are rioting.
Oh, yeah.
Hey. It's real.
It's so good.
Texture trainer number 2, the Hunter.
Dang.
You just walked into Streamer Bully.
Oh.
That's awesome. That looks so cool.
Yeah, it's great.
This is our initial test print. So there's a couple of things like the scope, like Brendan was saying, the scope didn't print, so he's got to re-support that. But from this direction, you pretty much get all of it.
The peasants are becoming unruly.
The bionic arm.
That's awesome. So cool.
He's got a lot of hard surface textures with the bionics. Obviously the gun,
So cool.
pistol, the rifle, the bullpup rifle. It's got the magwell open in the back there in the stock, and he's pulling a new mag out of his chest rig.
Gandalay said, I've closed my eyes. As a real fan, I'm waiting until tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, as you should. As you should.
You can just
Unfortunately,
watch the
he's not
reading.
practicing good trigger discipline. And I had a long conversation with the sculptor about it. We had one with the trigger discipline, and it didn't look as good. So I went ahead and put his finger on the trigger. So we're going to catch some crap for that, but you guys will know. And I can show you the sculpt that had the trigger discipline. But because of the way we designed the gun to be bulked up right there so that there was no issue with anything like breaking here, right? Because it's bulked up. It's got like this side piece.
That thing's cool, though.
Right? So, yeah. It's got like a laser pointer or target rangefinder kind of a thing on the side of the gun that bulks it up so that we don't have to worry about the thing having problems. So, very cool.
Ghost Hunter said that Jason Bounty Hunter texture is so cool.
It may or may not be.
Well, no, because I don't have like this super long beard that he
Yes.
does. But
Well, Avian said it slow fused after he let his hair grow out.
this
so.
is the Apocalypse Slow Fuse.
There's Apocalypse Slow Fuse.
Apocalypse Fuse right here. I'm stoked. I really, really dig this.
That is
this
super
model.
cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Ghost Hunter asked
I
if we
like
have to
it
drill the
more.
barrel.
What's that?
Do we have to drill the barrel?
No. No. It's already got a hole for you. Baka, is this you? Sell some muzzler flare for those cranky customers. Oh, like he's shooting it off. It doesn't have any ammunition.
Yeah,
The
'cause
mag
he's
well,
putting a new
the
mag
mag
in.
well's empty. He hadn't reloaded yet, so yeah, super stoked. That came out really nice. I like it. We'll upsize it just a bit to match the warrior. This is number 2 in the lineup.
Wow.
Looks pretty good in size.
It's just a hair off.
Is it?
Like just a hair.
wow.
Like
Oh, yeah.
maybe a
Just
millimeter and a half.
Barely. Yeah.
very close.
Barely. Like I could go with this and not feel bad. I just would like them to be as close as possible if we could get it there. So yeah. Awesome.
What a fantastic day for little surprises.
Yeah.
Lots of them. Got lots of good stuff going on here.
So many surprises.
Lots of good stuff going on here.
You guys
gang.
excited or what? I'm pretty, like, super excited.
Now you know why I don't sleep.
Jason, we need to have you sleeping. It's important.
I sleep. We don't get all this cool stuff though.
Well, we need you to be alive for long term so you can continue making cool stuff forever.
Oh, that whole thing.
That whole thing.
I'm just the cool stuff slave.
You are the cool stuff slave.
All right.
Grizz
But we love you
Christopherson-
anyways, so
Okay.
you can keep her. You can stay around.
All right.
Grizz
Glad I-
Christopherson asked when do we have to fight for these online?
You
Fight for what? The paints or the
trainers.
the texture trainers?
Yeah, the trainer.
Oh, okay.
Which ones?
The texture trainers.
We're gonna take some to Adepticon. So we'll be flying some in to Adepticon, so the gang will have some there to sell, or they may wind up showing up with me. I may check them on my luggage, and they may show up Thursday with me, depending on when we get them done around here. That's really up to Brennan. But we'll have some at Adepticon for early sale, and then we'll just keep producing them. Just like the other texture trainers, since we make them right here, we'll just continue to make them as long as people buy them. We've been having a hard time keeping up with stock with the first one. People have been loving that model, so that's great. So, but they don't ever stay out of stock very long.
I'm using the magnesium now.
Uh-oh. Excited to see what you think about that one.
Yeah, I'm really excited to.
That was another tough one.
Yeah, there's so many different ways you can go when you're adjusting color in the silver. You could have gone much more brown yellow, but it feels really nice. It's maybe a touch brighter than dark silver, but the color is completely different.
Yeah. We did talk about the new colors. We're using some of the new colors. He's using magnesium, and I am using the Adepticon red, which is called red oxide.
Mm-hmm. This green is started with black green, did regular green for the next stage of highlights to build the kind of the midtones, and then I highlighted it with our new bright green. And then I mixed a touch of another new color, bismuth yellow, into it for that nice little punch of highlights.
So you're seeing them live.
Yep. And I think they look rad.
Teeny Tiny Victories, Element will eventually get them.
They have an order going together as the new paints come out, so they will be getting them very quickly, actually.
Nice.
We plan to be getting their order together over the next couple of weeks and then shipping it out. They're usually about 2 to 3 weeks after we ship before they receive in on their end. So it may be that they get them, a week after US release. 2 weeks, very close to stateside release for them. So, because they have an order being built just for general restock right now, and we're able to slip all the new releases in there. That includes the new go
nice.
bags, all the new colors,
That's good timing.
the whole thing. So,
Jade said, sounds like Brennan is on OT.
Yeah, right.
I'll knock out all those texture trainers. I like these colors that you've chosen, Jason.
Well, I'm underpainting.
Yeah.
I'm doing my Jason thing.
Ah.
So I'm
Looks like
using it
you're-
as an underpainted flesh tone, right, to give the purples and the reds. Because these ghouls aren't technically undead.
Right.
Although this guy, I have a hard time imagining that he's not some sort of undead thing. But I don't know his backstory, so I'm just painting him how I want.
Sapo, I'm honored. I would promise to fight well.
But yeah, this red oxide is a tremendous color. Holy hell. It's what you want as that kind of mid-tone when
Yep.
doing like brighter reds. Or like a shadow color for brighter reds. Yeah, I think all of these sets are going to be some of their favorite colors embedded in these. Once you get a chance to use them.
Camel Triber, the go bags will be available at PK Pro. I think they're on their way currently, potentially.
I don't think PK got any of the new bags. Their order
Okay.
left before the new bags came.
Gotcha.
But they did get, more noosh and fluorescence and all that stuff.
Did they have an order for the new bags or no?
You'd have to talk to Jake for that.
Okay.
Chair guy knows.
Good old
guy.
chair guy. The man with the
Novok.
knowledge.
So far, we have bright green that Jordan is working with and magnesium.
Yeah, a little bit of bismuth yellow too.
Yep. And then Jason is using the orange oxide.
Red oxide.
Red
Oh
oxide.
man, this magnesium looks really good with this green too.
Oh boy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, holy hell, that's a good color.
Uh huh. All right. Well, new favorite metallic. Here we go. Jeez, Jason, what am I gonna do? I'm having all of these colors are my new favorites. What am I supposed to do?
That's my job.
Yeah, that's fair.
You should have known that, though, because you worked on scaling these colors initially.
I did. To be
These are the
fair,
first
I
colors
did.
that Jordan worked on,
They are.
actually. Didn't even think about that.
Right in time for my almost 1 year anniversary, which is also kind of terrifying to think of.
What we do, for those of you that care, when we get new colors, one of the big things that we do initially is we try to make the colors up using current colors in our line to see what gets us close and what color family we want it to actually land in. And so Jordan did all that work on these colors. He mixed them, got close using current colors. And then I go in and take all the raw pigment and make the colors that way. So it's an
Camel
unnecessary step that I'm sure some people would laugh at us for doing, but it gives us a really good understanding of where the color will fall in the Acryl range when we're done. And what changes we should make when defining the color with actual pigment to scoot it one way or another to get it to, rest better in the line than it would otherwise. Because artists are just going to tell me, I want this color. And not necessarily know, how that would land across the line from a marketing standpoint.
Camel Triber, do you know if Wayland ships to you guys?
Where's he at?
I'm not sure. He was asking about PK Pro.
Mhm.
So, potentially...
Yeah, Wayland.
Yeah, Wayland's another one that might have bags.
They've got an order of bags lining up. So, and then of course Element in the UK, but
Yeah.
that doesn't do you a lot of good if you're in Europe.
Yeah, so they're in Germany. So PK Pro or Wayland would probably be
And Wayland, even though they're in the UK, they have a good shipping mechanism to the EU, so might help. Well, I really like that color.
The red oxide?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, this magnesium is perfect.
Great. I like to hear it.
I think it's Wayland with a A. W-A-Y.
Mm-hmm. It is indeed.
Seeing Louise's colors makes me want to get one of her goblin models and paint it with her colors.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I think we'll probably have a lot of people do that. If she's like us, she'll do something where she has like a challenge to take one of her goblin models and just paint it using only her colors.
Yeah.
Her color range is spectacular and would mix really good. You add black and white to it, you'd have a tremendous set to work from.
Yeah. Well, because you've got all 3 primary colors already, so that gives you...
Yeah, for those that weren't here, Louise's set consists of ultramarine blue, bright green. I'll back out. I'll do a recap of all the new colors for you guys that weren't here earlier. So the Rogue Hobbies set, Louise from Rogue Hobbies, right? Ultramarine blue, bright green, bismuth yellow, dark turquoise, dark hot pink, and orange red. So just a tremendous set, right? It looks like our fluorescent set almost, but in non-fluorescent colors.
It really does.
Yeah.
Minus
You
the
know?
blues.
So it's awesome. And then for Flame On, Mashik, Flame On miniatures, we've got the dark green brown, dark orange brown, caramel brown, bright yellow ochre, and bright pale yellow. I think that the bright pale yellow is the sleeper hit in here because I think it winds up being everybody's highlight color.
Yep.
In place of white on warmer tones. I think even mixing it in with reds and stuff, because it's like white blue is to the whites.
Yeah.
This one could have been called yellow, or white yellow. But because we already have pale yellow, it makes sense to do it bright pale yellow. And then on the Adepticon front, where the color I'm using right now, which is red oxide, we have an orange oxide, which is basically rust in a bottle. Dark shadow flesh, bright shadow flesh. Magnesium, which Jordan's using right now as a metallic.
Yep.
Drab brown, and then of course satin black finally. So a blacker black,
which I'm about to use here in a minute.
Because it has a shiny finish to it. So that's what will make a black a deeper black than our coal black, is to just put some satin finish to it.
Sapo, unfortunately, Jason probably would not let me have my own signature set.
Someday, Shelby.
You'll have to take that up with him.
It's good to have dreams. Shelby has a dream to become a pro painter. She's trying. She wants to win
We'll see about
Monty.
Shelby, I want you to do that.
Okay, yeah.
She set a goal. She wants to win Monty.
I can't wait to see that happen.
He's lying. Avian asked, is Louise chilling at Adepticon?
Nope. Mashik will be there in our booth.
Yes.
Louise could not make it, unfortunately. So she will not be there. But we will be doing some video stuff with her to introduce the colors and to go over it. So she's got a lot of content that'll be coming forth. You've already seen her paint her latest goblin with some of our line, not her own colors. But her shipment went out today of her colors.
Mm-hmm.
So she and Mashik will be getting theirs. Mashik, of course, like I said, will be at the booth painting with Jordan all weekend. And he's actually flying to Vegas right after the show to do a class at Verco's Vault. So if you're in the Vegas area, that would be a good one to sign up for if there's any spots left. I think he had 2 left the last time I talked to him. But
All right, here we go. Trying the satin black.
Eggy Grip asked how close to the bright pale yellow to bright ivory.
It's a lot more yellow. Similar values as far as brightness goes, but way more yellow. The ivories are yellow-ish, but the bright pale yellow is,
This is a bright pale yellow.
Yeah, you can see much
it
more yellow, but almost the same value. That was my struggle with that, was to move it away from the ivories and pale yellow and get it to be a very useful highlight.
Just thank you for the sub.
Thank you. Also, I want to point out, we have a ton of people on YouTube today.
We have
Awesome.
a lot.
Welcome, YouTubers.
We have a lot of people
We
on YouTube.
only recently started streaming to YouTube, so welcome. Thank you for your support over there.
Yeah.
Hello, if you're new to our little family, we
Great.
welcome you.
Avian said Baby J is using the satin black for what I want it for.
What's that? Oh,
Oh. The coverage on this is crazy.
is it good?
Oh, it's super good.
Meticulous Chaos asked, is the satin black equivalent to VMC black?
It's gonna be close. It's a single pigment black, and just has enough of a sheen to really give it a very deep lock on black, whereas coal black tends to look like just a super dark gray. Satin black is black, black, black.
Bakamaru.
Baka, you're screwed. Just gonna let you know now. I'm not even gonna let Jordan answer because he'll lie to you. But you're screwed. Just gonna let you know.
You should do it on stream. Just.
I mean, I'm not going to do it off
stream.
stream.
Well, but the flame specifically.
Yeah. I'd have to have you pull up an image of what it looks like because I don't remember off the top of my head.
What is it?
Fire?
No, the salamander.
Oh, with the
Shoulder.
logo, with the
Yeah.
actual salamander head, the
don't-
dragon head.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what it looks like. Oh man, I can see the part that has dried already. It's going to be perfect.
Yeah, we've had satin black ready for over a year. So we've had it in a bottle here and we've been able to use it, but we just have tried not to torture people
am I
too
looking up
much.
here?
We've just been waiting for the right time to come out, and the Adepticon set was it.
40K salamander icon
Yeah,
insignia.
yeah, insignia, icon,
Oh, yeah, icon will work. It'll pull it up.
logo.
It's like a salamander head. Oh yeah. Yep.
There you go.
In white. And then the flames I might do on the tabard at the bottom, which I'm also about to paint black.
Oh my goodness, Allison Silverhair. I'm sorry to hear that the bridge closure made it difficult for you to hobby, but I'm glad that you got our bag and that you can still hobby.
Awesome.
That's great. That's exactly what it's for.
So it's super unfortunate when you're kind of stuck in a position where you can't hobby when you really want to.
Yeah. Or it's more difficult to do it, so you just don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it causes such a trial for you. Like, oh, that's too much work.
Mm-hmm.
I get like that. Mainly because all of my painting stuff is here, and if I'm being lazy at home, like, I really want to paint, but I don't want to go to the office.
Ghost Hunter said, wait, I thought the bags were to make Jason look better in commercials.
Also, yes. I mean, I think I make the bag look better, but you have it your way.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
see who you're supporting over there. Already been a lot of people that are like, stick with the first model. I'm like, wait a minute.
They don't appreciate your true talents, Jason.
They don't get it. They don't get it. They don't respect me. I deserve better than this.
True.
That commercial makes me laugh every time I see it, though.
Good one. Bakamaru asked if that's one coat on the shoulder.
Yep.
One coat.
Yep. Over a really bright color.
Yeah, over bright green.
Yeah.
Um,
That's
The
why I was
coverage on
like,
it- the coverage on it is like our coal black. It's really, really good.
Allison Silverhair said, "Not everyone can pull off that flowing golden Barbie hair like Jason."
it's true.
Yeah.
I certainly cannot.
Oh my god, that would be
Which
hilarious.
is why I'm getting all my hair chopped off this weekend.
Jordan in the wig coming next.
Oh my gosh, that would be so funny.
That's the second time I've donned the wig for a commercial.
It's true.
What was the first time?
The Halloween commercial. Me sitting on the John.
Sitting on the
Oh.
John.
That wig has gotten lots of use out of it.
It's a good prop.
I shot that Halloween commercial 100% by myself.
Look at you now. You've got a whole crew.
Yep.
How things have changed.
Jen didn't even help me with it. She was mad at me that day.
Because you wouldn't let her help?
No, for something else.
Oh.
Me being stupid or something. It's probably my fault, but I was like, I'll shoot that damn commercial by myself. I went to the office and set up ladders and chairs to prop my phone on, and
Oh my gosh.
all the shots were super grainy. I did the whole thing on my iPhone. That was before I had a new iPhone. So it was crappy. I think.
I think this is going to be a really good pair with the...
Gosu wants to know if the satin black is a satin version of coal black or if it's a new color in satin.
It is a different pigment. So it's a different black. More of a, a jet black than the coal black. But, that being said, all the blacks are very, very similar.
Rogue Hobbies is in the chat.
Oh my goodness.
Hello.
Did you get an email from me, girl? Did you see your order?
Hello.
Louis Sugden. That was my best in this corner.
In this corner.
He said, "Oh no, my secret." We're all very excited.
Louise, you have the single best looking set we've ever released.
It's so true.
It is phenomenal. Too good. Too good. And too good. It's so good.
The
So
funny thing is,
congrats and thank you. Some gorgeous, gorgeous colors.
my Discord is very excited.
She's screaming. Did you squee just a little? Just a little?
Jordan used the bright green on this.
And the bismuth yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did the bright green and the bismuth yellow on his salamander over there.
Yep.
We're trying to use a lot of the new colors, so he's also using the... I mean, I am blown away with the magnesium.
Oh, the
The magnesium just looks like tarnished metal right out of the bottle.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't even do anything to it. Maybe highlight it.
I'm going to put a little highlight on it, give it a little bit of value.
But it comes out looking like it was already pre-washed.
Yeah.
It's freaking great.
It's awesome.
So... The Rogue Discord are giddy right now. That's awesome.
That's so exciting.
It's so awesome.
They should be.
Louise, You nailed it. Knocked it out of the park. Fantastic colors. I'm about to use dark hot pink. It is maybe one of my favorite colors out of this entire lineup.
Wow.
So super stoked.
Sounds like you're gonna have to paint
Glad to
something
have
else
you on
pink.
board, girl. Thank you for working with me.
Bakamari said anything that gets Jason painting pink. Exactly.
I just painted a whole model pink.
Well,
You know what's really funny?
now you have a new pink.
I'm working on developing.
I wish I had this paint while I was painting that model.
Yeah. I've been working on developing some shorts today, and I was like, huh, we have pink, we have bright pink, and we have magenta that needs to be done. I think I'm gonna have to find time to do a pink short.
There you go.
Yep. Yeah, she wants to see the dark hot pink.
Yeah, I'm about to use it. Once I get this red coat on, it's the next color I plan to use. I'm underpainting for crazy, slightly dead flesh here.
What are you gonna paint over it with? Out of curiosity.
I haven't figured that part out. I'm just underpainting right now. And I'm thinking I'm just going to do like really pale grayish skin tone. You know?
Is this still the red oxide?
This is still red oxide over purple. I'm doing it in a very diluted sense first so that I get a lot of the purple to show through. And then a little less diluted as I come back and kind of stipple in and get some texture onto highlights and such.
I wonder what red gray would look like over that.
Oh yeah, it might be. Yeah, that
would be
might
it.
look really good.
Yeah.
Once I get some of the dark hot pink and a little green. I'm going to use some of the bright green too. I'm just going for it today. Playing with color, having fun painting little mans.
Mm-hmm.
As we do.
Or in this case, bigger mans.
Little
Big
mans.
little man.
Yeah.
This guy's actually a handful.
He's quite literally is a handful of model.
Meticulous Chaos wants to know what the workup for the salamander green was.
Super
Dude.
super easy.
So easy and so
easy.
good.
All right. So, it was done with an airbrush, but the first color, black green. Second color, green. Third color, bright green.
No.
Louise is bright green.
Fourth color, optional, not required. Add a touch of the bismuth yellow to your bright green and keep going.
Splendid.
That's it. That's all it is. 4 steps. 3 of them, 1 color. Fourth one, optional. Optional?
Optional.
Ooh, optional, new word.
Welcome to Baby J.
Yep.
Learning to speak with Baby
optional.
J. Hooked on phonics
Hooked on phonics with Baby J.
with Baby J.
Game Delay said, I bought red gray wondering when I would use it. Didn't expect the answer would be all the time.
Yeah, right. It's a great color. You know, so many of the colors that we come out with outside of the main range are really just that. They're colors that are accent colors, mixers, things that you can find working into your rotation almost every single model you paint. And when you find one that you really link into, yeah, they just become the norm.
Yeah, it's really easy to find that kind of. You start to find your colors that are kind of your core colors that you use for a lot of things, and you start mixing a lot of those other colors in. And then occasionally you'll be like, "Ooh, but I can switch to using this as a main color for something else." And then you kind of discover new things. I've been trying to kind of work through a lot of new color combinations for a lot of these shorts that we've been working on, which has been really fun to kind of have an exercise of being like, let's use colors that we've never used on these shorts before. And then go, okay, which ones have we not used? And be like, okay, what can I make with this? And then find some really cool stuff to make.
That's so fun. I like that.
I love how this is coming along so far.
Mr. Funkadizzle, I love that name.
Dizzle, I love it.
Said, hey Jason, just came over from watching your TUP episode. I really liked it.
Awesome. Thank you for watching. Great to be on the show with those guys. Good conversation. Lots of fun. easy flowing conversation
Mm.
with Scott and John.
Louise wants to see the lineup of the paints one more time so she can show her friend.
Ultramarine blue. Bam. Single pigment ultramarine.
Ooh.
Single pigment bismuth. Right? Just bright, blam, in your face. Bright green, which is one of my favorite new colors. It's what you see as the highlight over on his salamander.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Dark turquoise may also. I think these are all my new favorites.
It's gorgeous.
I'm having a hard time here.
You and me both.
Right? Dark turquoise turned out just freaking great. Dark hot pink, which seems funny to call it dark, but remember, it just means it's darker than things I plan to do with the color later, maybe. And then orange red. And I don't have a single one of these colors that I don't think would not find its way onto a model. I mean, the orange red with the Adepticon red oxide that we've done just put a bookend on our reds. We've got now with crimson, pyrrole, burnt red, mahogany. Now with orange red and red oxide, just tremendous.
Screaming again, thank you.
Abel Hernandez, yes, this is Louise's signature set.
The Adepticon set, I'll go through all the sets. So that's Louise's.
Also, we couldn't have made a more Louise set
Yes.
than
I think
this.
there won't be anybody that mistakes whose set this is.
No.
It's all very bright and vibrant. All these colors are real punchy, which is great. The Adepticon set, which goes to help fund the Adepticon Memorial Fund, which is a new thing that they're doing to help members in the community and just the painting community in general, is red oxide, orange oxide, which is basically just rust. So these are just two great rust colors. Bright Shadow Flesh, a fantastic skin tone. Magnesium, which is the color that you can see there on the metallics that he's painted so far on his Space Marine, and that's just that color. Nothing added to it.
Yeah,
It's
no
fantastic.
washes, no highlights, nothing.
Drab brown and satin black, which is what he's painted the shoulders with over there,
Yep. The
which was
tavern,
one
the
coat
shoulders.
over that bright green. So it's
Yeah.
a great paint.
And it's not too shiny either. It's got that nice satin
It's our
finish.
version of satin.
Yeah.
You know, it's like more like what most people would consider to be like an eggshell, right? You go from matte to eggshell to satin to gloss.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's more of an eggshell, but we don't get into that here. And then the wonderful set from Flame On Miniatures, Mashik, starts with dark green brown. This is his non-metallic gold set. Dark orange brown, caramel brown, bright yellow ochre, and bright pale yellow. Which he added a little bit of bright pale yellow, I think, over to the bright green, right?
No, I used no, this is just the bismuth yellow.
Oh, bismuth. It was bismuth.
Yeah. I thought about adding the bright pale yellow, but it didn't need it. I think it's going to be plenty.
Yeah, this is his gold this is the gold workup that he used when doing his Dante. So
Yep.
that's where these colors got generated from, was him painting Dante in those golds. And it created this color setup, these 6 colors, which are fantastic. So you've got a really nice dark greenish brown that you can use as your shadow color, and then you build up through these warm browns into one that's it's a warm tan almost for the caramel brown, and then you start moving into the yellows. It actually goes like this in his setup.
I really do just love seeing them all lined up and just how bright and cheery.
Yep.
Louise's set is.
is,
You
yeah.
can see like, hey, we fight, we're army mans, and then it's like, ah,
Yeah.
at the back.
It's
I love them.
great.
All right, look away, Bakamaru. Look away.
Louise, this is an absolute jammer of a set of colors. I think that we have gone and slain all of the open spots in our lineup here. You know, with the oranges, definitely with the reds. Some good vibrant additions to colors that we've had, because we've only ever had the faded ultramarine. So ultramarine is just, it's a color that we've shown off before. The bismuth yellow is just tremendous when you compare it to like the golden yellow that we already have and the warm yellow. So if you look here, bismuth sitting right in between those two is fantastic, right? So that's going to be great. All these are great.
Yeah, fantastic colors. And for everybody asking, we're bringing a limited amount to Adepticon, and we're selling them there. But then we're doing a complete release of the colors at the end of April. So then you'll be able to get all the colors if you weren't able to make it to Adepticon.
Hard to tell, but there's pale yellow versus bright pale yellow. Great sets.
Yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on them.
We also showed off our second texture trainer today. If you're not familiar with our texture trainers, we have designed a line of miniatures that is meant to be a training tool as well as just a really fun bust to paint. But they're like bas reliefs almost, right? Like relief type sculpts, so you don't have to paint the back. And they're really just meant to train you on being able to pick out and define textures. You can practice on metallic metal. I did a stone axe, on the box art one, we just went through and did leathers and things like that. So the first one was the Fantasy Warrior. She's a great model. Got a lot of attitude. Just a great thing if you just wanted to paint it. Stick a magnet on the back, put it on your fridge. And then number 2 is the Hunter. And it's a sci-fi male bounty hunter. And so we got the test print, the first initial test print off, some support fixes we've got to do to get it into production, but we'll have him into production and hopefully have some of them at Adepticon to sell. But a great one with a bullpup rifle, pulling a mag out of his pouch in front. Got a pistola, like a high-tech revolver looking thing going on. Kind of a Wild West meets sci-fi look going on, but again, lots of like blue jean I'm intending for the pants to be, like a beat-up old like Mexican blanket style cloak maybe. So I think he could play a lot with not only color, he's got a full-on bionic arm on him. So lots of hard surfaces that you can do, plastics, carbon fibers, things like that. Again, hair, some flesh. Sculpted by the wonderful William Tsang again.
Nutrimentia wants to know if all the sets are going to be $28.50.
Yep, $28.50.
Yes, Viznar Moldo, we just announced all of them. We've done it a couple of times. If you scroll through on YouTube, you should be able to find
Bearded Jason from Dune. Basically, yes.
Yep.
Hawker said Jordan just casually freehanding stuff like it's no big deal. Yeah, you crazy guy.
Oops. Sorry, folks.
Baby J, okay, when you described how you edge highlight, you got the GW method. Do you have a different method, and what is it?
For
How do you mean, Avian?
when I edge highlight?
I think maybe when Avian described how they edge highlight, you said something like, the GW method.
I don't remember saying anything like that.
Can you re-describe how you do it, Avian?
I mean, I can't think of, like, there's kind of just like one functional way that I know of.
Syntologist,
3 sets is probably close to $100. Well, they're like $90, 95. I guess, yeah, like $99. 20. What is 28.50 times 3?
$100 is probably a safe bet.
yeah.
Like $90, somewhere between $90 and $100 for all 3. Yep.
I think Baby J has done a short for brown fur.
He did the dog,
Yeah.
I did the dog.
the fur on the dog.
Yeah, it wasn't like sculpted fur. It was doing fur texture on something that is furry but doesn't have like the actual sculpted texture to it.
Dark hot pink. Here we go.
Oh my goodness. The time is now.
It looks like fingernail polish.
It's amazing.
It is so good.
If I could get all
Where's
of
Jen when you
Louise's
need
colors,
her? She'd be squeeing right now too, right along with Louise.
if I could paint my
Oh my
nails,
God,
all
when
of
you
her
put it on
colors
the
would be
palette,
great.
it's just brutal. Super intense.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
All right, Louise, you there? Did she leave? Here goes. Oh,
Ah!
oh. So good.
Is that basically the color that you mixed
She's still here.
to paint Heine?
It is one of the colors I had to mix by doing the magenta with the transparent red.
Yeah.
That's what I based it off of when I started mixing. Once I kind of got Louise's wishes,
Yeah.
I said, okay, well, this is a color that I've wanted to make and that we find ourselves using quite a bit of. So
Oh
why
my
not just go ahead and
God.
make it? But, I can't make it with transparent red. So finding a way to make this with raw pigment and not desaturate it to where it becomes bubblegum. It holds its kind of Barbie hot pink the whole time, right?
Mhm.
Was really rough. It's not a color that I am super in touch with regard to mixing. So I kept screwing it up as I was going along. I kept, making it look like bubblegum. It was just faded, got very pastel very quick. So rather than pastel, I wanted it to really punch like that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, that's just incredible.
Oh man,
She
Yeah,
said
that
the,
looks awesome.
Yeah,
she
come
said the
on.
gasp I just gasped.
Throw back my legs and pull back my breeches with delight.
Like, this is just one coat over the red and purple, and that's tremendous.
Yeah, that's great.
I think I might have painted this backwards.
Right?
It's fine.
Nobody cares.
I don't care.
Awkwardish. I will join you in painting
Ghost
our
Hunter, I
nails
painted
this
pink.
color.
I painted a whole pink model, for crying out loud.
Oh, and I love him.
Heine. I think this is the last model I painted, isn't it? Didn't I finish Heine and then stop painting for a
We
while?
both did.
Did you
the
not finish
paint.
Lionel? Baby J, that's
We
not
had
even.
to, for February,
it's
we
not
had
even
to,
technically
we had
finished.
to paint pink. So,
Okay, let's see what Avian said. Avian said, sorry, Slovus. I meant when I, Avian, do an edge highlight, is 3 colors to do the edge highlight. I did not think of other ways of doing it, so I was asking if Baby J has a different method.
Yeah,
Oh.
so you definitely want, when you're doing edge highlights, you want to do edge highlights, like, you want to continue highlighting on the edges. So you want to use multiple colors. You don't want to just have it be one color at the very end. Building up the color for the edge highlights will make it look better. It'll make it feel like more like a part of the armor instead of being like very separate. Now, that's if you're doing like really fancy, like you really want it to look like really, really good. That's what I would recommend. But you can get away with just doing one color if you pick the right color. Like if you're just doing a whole bunch of models for an army, don't do like 4 stages of edge highlighting in all of your armor. Just do one. Easy enough to get away with it. But if you're trying to make something look real, real nice, definitely do multiple colors for your edge highlights. You will not regret doing so.
Wad, if you're asking that in regards to how he got the pink, he used the transparent red with magenta, and that's how he got this dark hot pink, basically.
oh, when not using the actual color?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different color, right? Like this is way more vibrant than anything I could mix on the other, even with the transparent red and the magenta. It's very close.
Mhm.
I'll give it that. This color is spectacular. Like using it for something specific for the first time, this color blows my mind. This is really great. I can't wait for you to get them, Louise, and see what you do with them right out of the gates.
Source, I don't know if he's decided what he wants to do, what color exactly he's going to do over the skin. Have you?
No?
Yeah.
And I'm just playing.
Just messing around, having a good time.
Just messing around with new paints. Having fun.
That's the goal.
Louise said she may just cry with them for a while.
So I sent you
Just
both
cradle
yours.
them.
I sent you both yours and Mashik's set, so that you can play around with his as well.
Fine.
I did the same for him. I sent him yours. You both have got those, and we'll get you more once we get to full release. So don't worry.
Oh, Wad, the red that he used for the skin is the red oxide.
Yeah, red oxide.
So here's another big question I have. What number legion is salamanders? Chat? Jason? I want to say it's like
High teens?
16 or something. Or 17 maybe.
Oh, 17 sounds right.
Yeah. Because 20 is Alpha Legion, 19 is Sons of Horus. 18?
God.
16 is Sons of Horus? Okay.
So good.
People are giving so many different numbers.
I know, right?
Just random numbers. 12, 15, 17, 32.
Ooh, Vulcan's Forge has a question. I finally made it to a stream in what feels like years. I got a question for you. How would you go about painting amber, both color and material?
I'm assuming it's polished. So you'd want to paint it with like really bright reflections. So you're gonna have really short gradients from dark to bright. Color wise, it's rich and deep saturated color. So you're gonna want something in that kind of like let's see here.
Like yellow ochre, warm yellow,
Yeah.
oranges.
Yeah, yellow ochre, warm yellow. You want to kind of get deeper into that like orangey brown territory, with like maybe like orange oxide is probably not a bad color for it.
Our new color, orange brown.
Yeah. Warm brown's probably not bad in there.
I'm sitting here looking at like bright yellow ochre and warm brown or orange brown.
Yeah,
and being
I'm like, this worked pretty good for that.
That would work pretty good for that. Available at Adepticon.
Yep.
Does this mean anything to you, Jordan? What I put on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna do
18.
Roman numerals on the other shoulder pad. We're not gonna do that.
Not doing it?
It's a lot of letters to put on there. And I'm a lazy boy.
Baron VF1 said, so every time I reorganize my paints, Monument releases a new set that messes up the entire reorganization.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Yay!
You know that plant that's over in the corner of your room? You probably should have had the camera taken out of it. We wait. We stalk you.
Wait until everything's all perfect, all settled, and then we release more.
Gonna put a little eyeball in this thing.
It is pretty ridiculous that you freehanded that. It looks great.
The skull?
Yeah.
Who was it that was going to get pissed off? Baka?
Baka.
Yeah.
Baka, you still with us? Or
I
did
think
you quit?
Baka was pretty
Did you
pissed
tap out,
off.
Baka? You
Yeah.
already gone?
Me. I am.
Thanks for
Hey,
asking.
we're just looking out for you, Bakamaru. We're looking out for your well-being. It had to be done, but you know.
I don't think I trust him, Baka. I told you initially that you were going to be very disappointed. This is awesome.
This is awesome.
Like, I'm really having fun here with this.
Who
This
let us
combo
do
is
that?
great. This gives it just a glow. It's like I almost want this to be the skin color somehow. I don't think Phil wants pink.
Probably
Phil's
not.
gonna get what he gets, I think.
Phil's gonna get what he gets.
Pink Ghoul King.
I think at this point, Philip's like, Jason's painting my model. This is awesome.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't think Phil cares that much.
I think you could do whatever and he'd be happy.
Yeah.
I just can't wait for Louise to get these.
Ugh,
Yeah.
so great.
It's I imagine you're gonna be very happy. if I'm this excited about it, I'm sure that
Louise,
Louise
if you're
is
still here, I don't think you were here when
super
I was
excited.
saying that I kind of want to get one of your goblin models and then paint it with just your colors from your set. Because that would be super fun.
Yeah, we need the Rogue Hobbies Goblin Challenge,
Mm-hmm.
where you can only use your colors on one of your Gobbo models.
You know, Jason, we are due for a face-off.
Oh, so she needs to send us some models, you're saying?
She
And we'll
doesn't
do
have to
the-
send us that. We can
the
acquire
JVJ,
some models.
the JVJ Gobbo battle.
But you know, we did it as the first thing on stream after I got hired, and I'm gonna be here a year at Adepticon,
He's
Oh,
calling
it's
me
his
out, chat.
anniversary.
He's calling me out.
and I think that would be a really fun thing for us to do every year, is do the JVJ.
The JVJ Anniversary Challenge.
Yeah,
I'm down.
I love that.
I'm down. Let's paint this guy.
let's paint this guy.
You gotta paint this guy. I'm already off to a good start. So.
No head starts, Jason.
I mean, the timing's right. So
Timing's not wrong. So you're saying we need to get another one of those, and I need to assemble it.
I think Phil has two,
Oh, well, there you
so
go.
you could get one painted by both of us.
Now we gotta do the goblins.
No, we don't want to do this because I'm having fun just playing with
Gotta do
color.
the goblins.
I think if it's the Louise challenge, it has to be the goblins.
Awkwarder said, so June's single signature series limited palette challenge. Yes.
This color is too damn good.
They're all too damn good.
Almost like we know what we're doing.
Uh-huh.
Not.
Not gonna say that we know what we're doing. I think we know what we're
I think
doing.
we know what we're doing.
Maybe just a little bit. What colors are you using right now, Baby J?
I'm using a mix of burgundy and bright yellow ochre. And I'm putting some kind of wear scratches into this leather holster this guy's got.
Baka said, I just love how humble you all are.
Yeah, right?
It's probably one of our best qualities.
Oh, yeah, by far. I mean, other than just being so beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, you're the pretty one. I'm supposed to be the smart one.
How's that going for you?
Oftentimes it works out. Sometimes, you know, we gotta have backup. That's what we got Schlubby for. Schlubby's the backup.
Woohoo! Back up.
Backup!
Okay, I feel very bad because I'm definitely going to butcher this name. Alexei Radzevic, I don't know. Will the list of countries to which you deliver from your official online store be expanded?
If it's not on there, the country you live in, contact support. We don't typically go and re-look at it very often, honestly. That's just, that's our fault. But if you find that your country is not listed, contact support at monumenthobbies.com and ask them and see if we can get it reinstated. During COVID, there were a ton of countries that just became nightmares to ship to. And the U.S. Postal Service and UPS never really gave us an updated sheet of, you know, where they were lifting their issues with. There were some countries that if you sent there, they weren't honoring insurance and things like that. So we had to turn them off. But yeah, we can always go back and reevaluate for you and get it turned on pretty much instantaneously if it's good to go.
Feasible, yeah.
God, man, that's great.
I'm about to use the red orange here in a second.
Oh,
or the orange
man.
red, excuse me.
I'm using bright green.
It's pretty cool.
Avian said, are you saying Slow Fuse is the bad one, Baby J?
No, he's the pretty one. We know this already. There's nothing new here.
Sam Hubbard, the new ones. Element has an order in right now. Wayland will be placing an order. All of PK, everyone will be placing orders, but they should be in the UK a week or two after main release here, because the main release in the US isn't until the beginning of May, very end of April kind of timeline. We're just doing a pre-release launch at Adepticon so that people that are at the show can get them.
Ian said, I was not looking up. I thought you called Schlebby the pretty one.
Oh,
She lets it go to her head, so we can't do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jason's the pretty one.
It would go straight here.
I am definitely the sexiest one here. No, not even a question. I don't know why people keep arguing with me.
I'm not arguing with you. I got your back.
I'm just not going to make any comment. Feels like something I shouldn't comment on.
He's the self-proclaimed pretty one. We can allow that to happen.
Source asked, would Shadow Flesh Shadow Flesh and then Tan Flesh and then Olive Flesh work for dead skin?
Let me read this so I can...
What are you putting it over? Anything?
Shadow
If you
Flesh,
put that over
Flesh.
dark purple and you layered it up, that would work really well.
Yeah. You definitely want to do some underpainting with that.
Ghost Hunter said, Jason is the pretty one. Schlebby is the smart one.
Whoa, what am I? Chopped liver?
Oh, gosh, that hurts.
What the heck?
That hurts. Poor
Hey,
Jordan.
You claimed being pretty, so I'll take the brains.
Wow. What am I then?
Sorry, Jordan.
That sucks.
You're the
That
talent.
turned south very quickly for you, buddy.
That's really unfortunate.
You're the talent.
What?
Yeah.
He's the
Is
fluffer.
the resourceful,
The resourceful
He's the
one.
fluffer.
The heckin' delight.
Thanks, Awkwardish. I can always rely on Awkwardish to have something really nice to say.
Awkward seems like a lovely person.
Awkwardish, you are the adult of
Can't wait
of
to meet you.
Chat.
The fluffer.
The fluffer. What am I gonna do with you all? What the heck am I gonna do with all of you? You don't deserve my love.
Wow.
Hey, that's a little harsh.
Avian.
That's
Yeah.
a little harsh there, buddy.
Oh no, that was Ghost Hunter. Avian, you're great. Ghost Hunter.
Awkward
Eat
just brings
potatoes.
apples to class.
She's playing you all in her own stream. Awkwardish Panda is also very nice.
Baron VF1. I don't exactly know what you're asking about Luis's set. Okay. Yeah, all of them are matte. The green over that looks really cool, Jason.
Yeah, it should. And its coverage is great. So
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This is light bronze over the magnesium.
Sam Hubbard said, I think with the latest releases, I've basically entirely transitioned to Pro Acryl. The satin black has filled one of my final gaps.
awesome.
Nice.
That is great.
Yeah, we knew that satin black was one that, people had really wanted. We've been sitting on it for a long time, waiting for the right time to release. Unfortunately, last year was kind of the year of the signature set, and it ran a little over. We'd intended to do all of our signature sets by end of year last year. It took us just a little bit longer to get through them. But now with the release of these, I think having the satin black, the expansion of reds is going to be huge for a lot of people. So I am definitely excited to see what people think about these new ones.
Mr. Funkadizzle, Jason is doing his underpainting thing that he likes to do, so that's why he's putting green over pink.
He's preppy.
Yeah. He's kind of cool like that, I guess.
My thumb is like a bad Izod shirt.
Okay. Hope you're doing okay over there, Christopher.
That one was for you, Chris.
Baka said it looks like clown sick. A little bit.
It'll give us a really, really good blocking of hue and value for when I glaze the skin tones over the top. Now, generally, the green would be reserved for areas that had like fatty tissue, but because he's undead-ish, right, there's not a lot of fatty tissue on here. I'm just using it more for its highlight and for the weird coloring that it's going to give us by being this weird, pale green, so it'll make the skin look sickly. But if you're underpainting for a standard human, the green would really be reserved for areas where there's a little bit more fatty tissue, because what it does is it gives you the yellowishness under the skin that fatty tissue would. So you'd be doing like center of pec muscle and breast line and forehead and a little bit of the puff out of the cheeks. Here I'm just kind of more using it as a highlight.
Baby J, Meticulous Chaos asked what you're doing with the metallics.
Right now,
Potentially.
I'm highlighting the magnesium with a mix of magnesium and light bronze. Wanted to give it a
How's that going?
It's going good, yeah. Just light bronze right over it was a little bright from
It's
one
a
to
dark
one.
color.
Yeah, it's
Magnesium is a
definitely
dark color. It's kind of misleading because it doesn't feel like dark bronze or dark silver, but it really is right in that line.
But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. And then I am thinking about just throwing some noosh on this. Although we are just about at the end of the stream.
Yeah,
so
it is 3:54.
Might save that for tomorrow.
I saw your products on Amazon, but many colors are missing there. Will the whole range be present there later?
On Amazon?
Yeah, on Amazon.
Sometimes, ? The signature paints don't typically go on Amazon. Every now and then we'll put them up there, but they don't typically go there because the tracking, we have to pay the artists on the signature series stuff, and the tracking from Amazon is so abysmal. They don't make it easy for us, so we typically don't put those on there just due to accounting issues. But yeah, we've been looking at it and working with our partners to kind of identify how we can get better on there at making sure everything's available. Noosh may still not be up there. They were giving us a hard time because Amazon polices your descriptions and they didn't like our humor.
Bye, Sapo. Thanks
That's
for
actually
joining.
hilarious.
It's so stupid. It's their algorithm. It's not humans behind it. It's just a robot. And so it makes it even harder to figure out what you can get away with and what you can't. We're not fans of Amazon here. The only reason we're even on Amazon is because you have to be on there and part of their brand registry with all of your trademarks filed in order to be able to protect your products from other sellers fraudulently pretending to be you. And that happens, believe it or not.
Mm.
But we know a lot of people like to shop on there, so.
Mixing a little bit of the warm gray into the satin black to start doing some edge highlights on the gun.
Jason, how do you know which colors to underpaint with? Like, do you have a I don't know, like a framework, I guess, for which colors?
Well, when doing humanoids, the big colors are going to be a dark blue or purple. Typically not both, although you could do both, but they play the same role once you glaze over the top, so they typically don't give you any benefit to do both. Just choose one. That would be kind of like your deepest shadow color, would be a dark blue or dark purple. Then a deep reddish color. In this case, we used red oxide. The purple is to give the idea of, the veining and shadowing in the flesh.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's the same reason that we use it on all sorts of other things. The red is intended to be the part that feels like blood under the skin. That's why we do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then greens and or yellows in the fatty tissue areas so that they can represent fat cells.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you just look at, say, the underneath of my arm here, you'll see, reds, purple blues,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then we get the kind of yellowy green color as we get into our highlights.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get to your thicker dermal layers, obviously my tattoos kind of upset it, but then you get the kind of normal, what we would call like flesh tones, whether you're dark skinned or light skinned, this would be where you see the skin color.
Mm-hmm.
And as you go around, it lightens up and you start to see those undertones. Even in African flesh, right, in the palms, you'll see a lot of color there, bottom of the wrist,
Mm-hmm.
armpits, that you'll have flush colors like the red across the breastbone, breastplate area, cheeks, things like that. So, assuming you're not doing like just absolute ebony black skin, then having these colors and being able to play with them as those materials. But the way to do it, and not saying you have to have a biology degree or anything, but the way to do it would be to think about what they are acting as for those parts of the body, those materials in the body, like veins and arteries and
Mm-hmm.
fat cells and things like that.
So, and then in terms of layering, would you basically just do a similar workup to if you were trying to highlight something that was one color? Like, you have the purple in the shadows, and then the red a little bit, like, further up, but keeping some of the purple, and then highlighting finally with the green or the yellow?
Somewhat, yeah. You can do that and just be fine treating it that way and get away with it. That's fine. A lot of times, though, if this guy is a bad example, the video that we have on our YouTube channel of me doing Wonder Woman this way is much better because I look at anatomically the parts of the body that we paint those colors. Like on her, I think I used dark purple, burnt red, and bright yellow green. And then shadow flesh over the top of that, very thin with an airbrush. And so the bright yellow green went into like the forehead area, top of the cheeks, top of the thighs, areas where you have more fatty than pure muscle. And so that's not always following a highlight routine.
Right.
Most of the time it does.
Yeah.
But it can depend on the direction that an arm is going, because you might have more fat here on the lower side where you want to put the green,
Right.
as opposed to on top.
Right.
If you have like a bicep, there'd be less on top, more here, more on the back. So, sorry,
Gotcha.
Mike. So you just got to kind of look at the way the model is positioned before making the final call. But yeah, if you were to just treat it like I'm doing here, because this guy is a pretty bad example. He doesn't have a whole lot of, fat on him. He's all stretched tight over the bone.
Right.
So I'm basically just putting the green on where it would give me color.
That makes sense.
There's no hard, fast rules. It'll give you good, interesting color no matter what you do. And then you just have to ask yourself, like, how realistic am I trying to go?
Yeah.
And
With
don't
something
get too
like this,
lost
it's
in
more
it.
like painting alien skin. I don't really care about the realism.
Right.
And then last but not least, if we can do before we get out of here, a little bit of bismuth.
Well, I think that looks pretty cool.
That does look very cool.
Yeah, for being super fast. Come on. Was he black primer when you started?
I think I primed him while we were...
Oh, so he was gray plastic. Great.
Yeah.
Great. Cheater.
Annie
we'll
free-handed.
do Noosh tomorrow.
Yeah, any free-handed logos and stuff.
I did do
Cheater.
that. Yeah.
Cheater,
So
cheating,
frustrating.
cheater, cheats.
Cheating cheater who cheats. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I didn't even do any edge highlights or anything like that, so just kind of gonna see what it looks like with Noosh. See if I wanted to do any edge highlights. It might be bright enough to just be like good enough that way.
I like him.
I like him too.
He's a shining star.
You know what, Shelby? You're a shining star.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
You know who could also be a shining star?
Bismuth yellow?
Be that.
Maximus Tushikis.
Oh.
If you finished him,
I'll bring him to Adepticon.
I felt that all the way over here. I'm just saying.
I'll bring him to Adepticon.
That was a little rough. That was a little
I'll
rough.
paint on him a little bit. Yeah, Shelby's doesn't mess around.
no.
She really delivers the pain.
When it comes to you painting pink, I won't let up until a model is finished.
Well, now I get to use hot pink,
Exactly.
which is great.
But
So
now
I'm gonna
that
repaint the whole thing.
Jason has painted pink, so I have no rights to get on him about it anymore.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I did my job. I'm doing my part.
He got the crest backwards though, so if the rest of us need to feel smug about something, there it is. You know, it may be backwards, but it looks better this way than it does going the other direction.
Source.
Because it's forward, which looks better than going the other way.
Source, he won't paint over it because when he finishes it, Piney and Maximus Tushikis will take their rightful place at a spot in my office.
You know what I'm gonna do for the base? I'm just gonna glue glitter all over the base.
That's perfect. I have some bright purple tufts you could use.
Yeah, I'm gonna put glitter as the base, and then I'm gonna put bright purple tufts on top of it.
Great.
Just for you, Shelby.
Thank you.
Ooh, I am warm. Nice and toasty in here. Unlike last week when we had a thunderstorm roll through.
Oh yeah,
It was great.
Jen was telling me.
Yeah.
Bye, Wad. Thanks
Which
for
I
joining.
happened to walk through for some reason on my lunch break.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to go get lunch and I was driving back and I pulled up and it was still pouring.
Yeah.
So I had to quickly run in. with my
Luckily, we
food.
got back before it really started coming down.
Yeah.
But I had walked to work that day, and I left my jacket in my car. So I walk outside, I'm like, oh, it's raining. I should probably grab my jacket. Oh, well,
Nope.
I can't do that. So I ended up walking in the rain.
Why? Because your car wasn't here?
Well, yeah, because I walked.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm
See,
following now.
I love
Um,
walking in the rain though.
And there's a nice little coffee stand that Shannon found that's literally straight across from us, past Central.
Okay.
Which is a perfect, nice little walk away from here. And it was starting to really come down when we were heading back. That looks very gross.
Looks awesome. It looks like a rainbow.
It
I'm
looks like
excited
a
to see
weird-
the-
It looks like a weird, trippy, negative of a photo.
Yeah.
The way
Yeah.
that I've painted it with all the colors that don't really go together.
Yeah.
I feel like if you put on 3D glasses, it would jump off at you or something like that, right?
Let's try
Yeah,
it.
but that's what underpainting is all about. It's not. It should look cool, but it's not always going to look right from a color perspective.
Mm.
But you can think this look could be what you get when you strip the skin off of something, right?
Mm.
So you can imagine flaying a man.
I cannot imagine.
You can't
I
imagine that?
cannot imagine that.
Okay, neither could Jen, so you're doing a good job of it.
Yeah, that's good call. Yep,
So there you go.
keep it that way. Well, it's 4:06.
Sounds like Shelby's model needs a pile of toilet paper added to the base. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Tiny and Tushikis.
Did the lightning strike during the thunderstorm?
It did.
We usually have some pretty good thunderstorms, with lightning and big thunder and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We had a pretty big boom that shook the office a little bit.
On my way back from Gamma, my first day was spent in the rain the whole way. I drove
Ooh.
12 hours from deluge, and once was so scared. I was passing a line, of like 5 semi trucks
Oh, no.
at 80 miles an hour.
Oh, no.
Right, because that's the speed limit was 80.
Yeah.
So I'm passing them on the turnpike, 80 miles an hour, 2 lanes, Jersey barrier in between. They're all driving right, and I'm going, and there's nobody in front of me in my lane, and it's pitch black, and
Oh, no.
it's been dusting the whole day. And then all of a sudden was just gully washer, just like the bottom dropped out, like 5 bajillion gallons of water dropped from the sky right as I decided to go and pass them. So right as like truck number 5, I get into the left lane and get on the gas. And of course, we hit that area where the rain, you know, sometimes you can see like, it's raining over there. Well, the trucks hit it. And so, of course, then they start throwing up deluge of water in my windshield. And it was white knuckle butt puckering past all 5 semis because I had already committed and there were cars behind me, nobody in front of me, and I couldn't see the white lines on the road, and I could barely see the glare of the Jersey barrier, but it had the really crappy shoulder, you know, that I didn't want to go on.
Ugh.
So I was just like, okay, God, save me.
Oh, my gosh.
I hate driving like that.
That was horrifying.
You left for like 20 minutes. I'm really loving this. Was the bright green, the bismuth yellow over the dark hot pink, and the red oxide all over dark purple. I think it's going to be great when I glaze skin tones on top of this. Right, it looks really funky right now, but when we get the skin tone on top of it tomorrow, I think it'll start to really pop.
That's gonna be cool.
I dig it. Great colors. You hate game delays. Like, I hate the fact that I could and did imagine flaying a human and watching stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, they put it in front of us, so it's not our fault. These crazy fantasy model makers put it in front of us, so we got to do what we got to do.
That's true.
Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I'm glad that I get to be back for a week. Actually, I'm back until I'm back all the way through next Wednesday. I'm out this Wednesday, but I'm here because I don't leave until Thursday.
Right. Yeah.
Gesundheit.
Thank you.
We leave at the butt crack of dawn on Wednesday.
Woohoo!
Game Delay says it would help my space and budget if you would be less sincerely excited about your products.
Yeah.
I can't be. We just
hard.
have these amazing colors, right? One last time, gang. One last time. Right? The Rogue Hobbies set. Boom. Like that. Rogue Hobbies, Louise, bright green. You saw me use it. The ultramarine, the bismuth yellow, right? The dark hot pink that you saw me. That's holy crap. That's such a good color.
So pretty.
Right, so good. Dark turquoise and orange red. Tremendous set. Super stoked for this. So
I want to make a recipe.
not only can you support an amazing artist in Louise. But also get tremendous colors, right? Just tremendous colors.
Crazy colors.
I initially I was like, I'm really psyched about orange red and bright green, and then I'm like, and bismuth and hot and pink. That whole set just rules, right? Then the Adepticon set. All of these are being featured at Adepticon in a week and a half. They'll be on sale a week from this Thursday at Adepticon for the weekend for attendees. Then they will be off of sale as we load up retailers and distributors. And once all the retailers and distributor orders are in, then they will go live on our website for general public on worldwide release somewhere late April, early May. All right. So don't worry if you don't get to Adepticon, they will be coming back. So you got red oxide that you saw me use underneath the skin. Orange oxide was basically like rust in a bottle. Bright shadow flesh. Magnesium, which you saw on the salamander. Drab brown, and satin black. So the Adepticon set, also a banger. Just absolutely amazing. I'm stoked on every single one of those colors. And then, last but not least, Mr. Flame On himself, Mashik, with his non-metallic gold set. So we get dark green brown, dark orange brown, caramel brown, orange brown, bright yellow ochre, and bright pale yellow. Just a tremendous set for doing exactly what it's meant for. Non-metallic gold and any of your other yellow metals. And, I mean, leathers. All of these are great leather colors.
Yeah.
So the entire brown range of this is great for yellows, as is the ochre. The bright pale yellow, I think, like white blue, will wind up becoming one of my favorite highlights for anything that I do in warmer tones, just because it's such a great color. to know that you can highlight pale yellow now is a game changer, because the pale yellow works really, really well in the build up for non-metallic golds and coppers and such like that too, but it always wants a little bit more punch and white sometimes, isn't it? So good stuff. So there you go, 18 new colors. If you're at Adepticon, you'll be able to buy them there. Get them in your hot, grubby little hands. Go off and paint with them.
Hot, grubby little hands.
For everybody else, end of April. Will you be able to buy these from Ireland in May? Yes. Yes, that is our hope, War Judge. We usually do a pre-order for all distributors and retailers, and we'll do a much better job with this release of making sure that European and UK distributors have them. Element already has stuff going together for their order, so we'll be putting the new paints on theirs, and that should go out in that pre-order time frame. So it's really just shipping and customs time that will delay it past the worldwide release for Europe and the UK. For Australia, it's usually about 3 to 4 weeks behind, so generally about a month behind for Australia, Pacific Rim area. But Europe and the UK should be good on this one. Probably our best release ever for the Europe and the UK, since they are European and UKan artists. So between 0.3 and 0.5 nozzles, which would be more precise? Depending on if you're comfortable working close to the model, generally a 0.3. A 0.5 is a big jump, right? So 0.5 puts out a lot of paint very quickly, and generally on a 0.5 needle, it's meant for base coating, and so the taper on the needle might be more abrupt. And by doing so, it means that less trigger pull gives you more paint. So I would say a 0.3 is definitely going to be more precise. But that could change if you have a 0.5 that has a very long taper to it, then it has probably just the same ability to do precise work, but it's not going to do as small of an area as a 0.3 ever would. Same with a 0.2 to a 0.3 will be more precise. Some people make a 1.5 or a 0.15. I would never use a 0.15 with acrylics. They're just too thick. You wind up having to thin them down to a point to where you got to paint so many times to get them to do anything. I don't like that. But yeah, smaller needle nozzle combo is for more precision work, but you have to also be comfortable working up close. Just on its own, it may not seem different to you. So as you're learning airbrush, all of the needle nozzle combos might feel like they do the same thing, although a 0.5 is going to noticeably put out more paint. It's like 2 steps at once versus the 3 to 2 that you do. But I suggest using a 0.3 needle for everything as you're starting out. It will base coat, it will prime, it will detail. Jordan and I use 0.3 for pretty much everything. We do have a 0.2 on the desk that I'll use for real close in, like if I'm doing OSL shine on eyes and stuff, where on a 28 millimeter model, you're painting like 2 millimeters worth of space. A 0.2 is necessary for that.
Yep. But
a 0.3 will do 90% of everything you need to do. So, according to Harder and Steenbeck, their new 0.45 is as accurate as their old 0.3. Yeah, I don't know. Just from a purely mechanical standpoint, I could see that if it had a long taper to it. But again, that's all in the painter more than the machine, right? That's why I say there's always a balancing act. If you go buy a 0.2 needle and you're not a confident airbrush artist, then a 0.2 needle isn't going to do you any good versus a 0.3 or a 0.5 really. Because it's all in being able to work close and control your paint output. Being able to pulse paint to get it where you need it. Or if you're doing long pull sprays, to be able to be very good with, adding and subtracting paint from that to not get spatter. So it seems like if I get too close, it just splashes no matter how low you put your PSI using the airbrush from you guys that has the gun type trigger. That means you're holding it. That's what I mean. Like there is a paint, no paint zone, especially with the trigger, because you can feel it on the pistol grip, right? So if I push the trigger back, this is all air in this range, and then you feel that stop. That's where anything beyond that stop gives you paint, because you'll see that up here, this area, watch the tailstock, doesn't move at all. Right? But then once I get here, now the tailstock moves. See that? This needle's not tight in here, so. Right? But as I pull the trigger back from that stop point, then the tailstock and the needle move. And so that's when you get paint. So you have to get really good at riding that area there where you know you're about to get paint, and being able to, as you get in for fine detail work, just give it short pulls, right? You just want to do short pulses. You'll get in there and you'll just kind of pulse, 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 pulse. And if you're doing area painting, you always will see us moving the airbrush like this. Because if you just spray and hold the airbrush still, it will spiderweb out and splash. Because you're just putting too much paint into one small area all at the same time, So if you move it just slightly, so you'll see me look like I have a palsy sometimes when I'm painting. I just kind of do this and shake the nozzle tip. That prevents there being too much paint built up in any one area at any given time. Always keep the machine moving. If you're doing a specific area where you're doing like a dot on the eye, then get in there and pulse it and just build it up. You can hold the machine still that way and just be like, right? And wait for color to build up by pulsing multiple times in the same spot as opposed to a spray, because it doesn't take but like, 1.5 times the pulse length to splatter paint out. It just builds up too fast. But it dries almost instantaneously too, which is why the pulsing method works a lot better in that regard for detailing. Source, we use both top trigger and I mean, honestly, we're lazy. We use whatever has a hose hooked to it here in the deal, but we'll use both. I can do the same thing with both of them. Hey, Drac. You're so glad you started painting again, but you need to remember so much. Yeah, it takes a little bit to knock the rust off. Yeah, it's just like riding a clutch. Eggy grip, that's a great way for people that have ever driven a standard. It's being able to find that spot where the clutch is about to engage, but not burn it out. That rolling stop on a hill is a great example. All right, gang, we got to go. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you had a great time looking at all of the new colors that'll be coming out, watching us paint our models. Jordan finished a Space Marine because he's a jerk. And
Sorry.
And I made this. So we'll be painting more tomorrow. He'll be starting and finishing yet another model, and I'll be painting this.
Yep. Yup.
Ghost Hunter says there's 3,606 amazing artists in the Discord plus him. But you'll see Shelby throw up all the links there in chat. Please make sure to join us on our Discord channel as well as our YouTube for all the content that we put out, all of these streams that are streamed live on YouTube. Again, welcome all you YouTubers watching us out there. And you can catch up with the streams if you don't get a chance to catch them live. You can watch them after simulcast. I don't remember what that's called. The rerun. Over on YouTube all the time, and also our great commercial content and other long-form videos as well. We'd love to see you over there, as well as on the Discord. And then check out the store and the FLGS store locator to find out where you can buy all of our products. There's a pretty good chance, that no matter where you live in the world, there's a distributor or retailer closer to you than us, unless you live in the United States. So give us a shout. Try our products. Thanks for joining us. We stream 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is now changed for you. Mm-hmm. So remember, we do not pay attention to that nonsense called daylight savings time here in Arizona. So this is the first time that we are not changing our stream times.
Oh.
This is actually very odd. Mm-hmm. Normally we would change our stream times to always match Pacific time, but that is not the case now. No. So a lot of you have probably noticed that we were an hour later for you than normal, because it will always be 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time now. If you ever wonder what time that is, just check what time it is in Phoenix, Arizona, and it'll bring up that time. Right now, we're the same as Pacific time. So whatever time it is in California is the time it is here. Yep. But it'll still be 2 p.m. Arizona time before you'll catch us on. So thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you back here. Stick around. We're going to raid somebody, show some love in the channel we wind up in. It's free to pound a follow out, so do that. And we'll see you back here tomorrow. Adios, gang.